The Comeback Trail. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. In this video we are going to be reviewing The Comeback Trail, which is a family comedy movie and is a remake from the 1982 classic, and is set during the 1950s where two movie producers are trying to do a scam on an aging former movie star. Now this is a really easy to watch movie. Don't expect any big complex storylines or loads of twists and turns or anything really complicated happening in this movie. It's a pretty stripped back movie, and the brilliant cast really does make it what it is, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you in this movie review. So from a storyline point of view, we're introduced to a down on his luck movie producer who is in way over his head with debt, and he comes up with an elaborate plan to kill off his aging, depressed and washed up lead actor in an insurance scam, but things just don't go to plan and his scheme isn't working. Now from a positives point of view, this movie definitely feels like very old school Hollywood. You definitely feel like you've been transported back to the 1950s and that you're on set in Hollywood, which is really, really cool. And on that point, it's really interesting to see the behind the scenes aspects of filmmaking and how everything comes together from producers, directors, actors, stunts. All of those aspects are really, really cool. And there are some really hilarious moments in this film as well. And you've got a really endearing lead character, brilliantly played by Robert De Niro. And on that point, there are brilliant actors and they really do make it what it is. However, from a negatives point of view, obviously trying to constantly kill off your lead actor for insurance money is not a good thing to do. And also there are some certain moments where the lead character just goes on and on and on, and those moments are a little bit cringeworthy from the lead character Max. And you know, this film is a little bit basic in terms of the storyline narrative. Is really, really simple, and you know, it's not that complex. It doesn't have loads of twists and turns, but you know, that being said, it is a real easy watch, and from a storyline point of view, it's pretty entertaining as well. So from a cast and characters point of view, The Comeback Trail boasts a brilliant A-list cast, and you can just tell that all of them are just having so much fun on set, as it really does show brilliantly in all of the performances. So let's go through them one by one. So first up we have Robert De Niro, who is playing the main lead character Max. He's a really salesy producer. He's able to convince anyone to do anything, and he's just a really endearing lead character. Like I said, there are a few cringeworthy moments from this character, but all in all, I think he does a really great performance in this movie. Next up we have Tommy Lee Jones, who's playing the Duke Montana character. He's a little bit suicidal in the beginning and he's very depressed as his movie career isn't doing that well, and as such he's become a bit of a washed up actor. I just feel like his character journey throughout this movie is really, really interesting. Next up we have Morgan Freeman, who does a very different type of role to what you've seen Morgan Freeman doing, as he's a bit of a mob boss in this movie, as playing the Reggie Fontaine character, and the interactions between this character and the Max character are really, really entertaining. And then finally we have Zach Braff, who is playing Walter, who is Max's nephew, and he's the only one throughout the entire cast who is definitely the voice of reasoning and definitely telling the Max character that what he's doing is wrong and trying to make the movie process a success. So from a cast and characters point of view, overall it's actually pretty decent in The Comeback Trail. So from a visuals point of view, like I said before, it's very old Hollywood. It does actually feel a little bit like Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World in terms of seeing all of the set designs, all of the fire in some of the stunt sequences. Looks really, really realistic, and it's just really interesting seeing all of the processes behind the scenes of what happens in creating a movie as well, and also seeing all of the business deal side of things is really, really insightful. And so from a visuals point of view, I feel like this movie did a really good job in terms of transporting you back to the 1950s and really bringing you on the journey in terms of creating a movie. So in terms of comparisons, I think this movie is a lot stronger than its 1982 counterpart. This is obviously a remake, and I think it's a lot stronger out of the two of them. I think you can also compare this movie to Get Shorty, The Producer, and American Hustle as well. I think it's really interesting. That's a bit of a movie within a movie, so it does feel a little bit meta from that point of view as well. But you know, from a comparison point of view, I think this is a great new entry within the family comedy genre. So overall, I would say, you know, The Comeback Trail is a really easy to watch movie. It won't necessarily stay with you for a long amount of time, and they definitely could have made it a lot more epic. But you know, that being said, it is strangely really, really endearing, and it's got a brilliant suite of A-list celebrities in this movie, and so for all of those reasons, I have to give it a solid 5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.